Hey everyone, and welcome to the first Norse Mythology The Unofficial Guide podcast announcement. I wanted to start off by first just saying a huge thank you to everyone who has supported this show in any way at all so far, whether by subscribing or even just listening to a couple of episodes. The impact has been overwhelming. The show is doing really well. In fact, it's doing a lot better than I ever expected it to after just a few weeks and a few episodes, with me having done nothing other than just posting these episodes onto Reddit as content. So again, thank you so much for listening and for your support. It's meant the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate all of you. One quick announcement I wanted to make is that I won't be able to release a new episode this coming weekend, but I'm not dropping off the face of the earth and should be back on schedule the following week. And I also wanted to take this opportunity to hopefully start establishing some more connections between myself and with you. For a little context, this show is basically a one-man operation. I'm doing all of my own writing and researching and recording and sound engineering. And even though I do have a few academically oriented people that I can usually turn to for feedback and for research sources and things like that, I don't want this to become the type of thing where I'm just isolated in a small community and then preaching at you without any feedback from you. So what I'd like to do is to start by throwing out an email address. And this way you can start getting in touch with me and either offering feedback or asking questions or letting me know when I haven't covered something very clearly or tossing out things that you'd like to hear me talk about more on the show. Pretty much just anything. I would love to hear your thoughts on whatever. Obviously, depending on how many messages I get, I may not be able to promise that I can respond to everything, but I will try to respond to as much as I possibly can. So that email address is going to be walhraven@gmail.com. That's WAELHRAEFN@gmail.com. As sort of a primer, I'd love to start having some conversations on how we can start building a community around the show together. Do you all have preferred ways of communicating with your favorite content creators? Should we set up a Discord server for the show where we can hang out and chat? Or what would you like to do? I'd love to hear any thoughts. One final topic is that I love making this show. And like I mentioned, it's kind of a one-man operation and it's a big time commitment. So in order for that to be sustainable in the long term, I will eventually have to start looking for ways to fund some of the time that I put into making it. But when that happens, I want it to happen in a way that you all are comfortable with. So for example, are you completely averse to ads? So far, I've avoided putting any of them in my show, but maybe that's something we could keep on the table. Would you rather I look into producing merchandise, or should we look into something like a Patreon? And if we go that route, what sorts of things would you like to see in terms of rewards? Basically, I would like to provide a way for this show to be supported, but also for you to feel like you're part of building it and part of making it happen, and that you're getting something out of it, and that we all feel like we're in this together. So any thoughts that you have around that, I would also love to hear them. So I'm looking forward to hearing anything you have to say to me at all. And one more time, the email address is walhraven@gmail.com. That's WAELHRAEFN@gmail.com. And I'll be looking out for your emails. Bye.